Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program, sponsored by taxbuddy.com and finbingo.com. Let us look at what happened last week. The last week, the markets were highly volatile. Usually, markets will be highly volatile ahead of certain events, and once that event's over, whether outcome is positive or negative, the market will either settle down at the lower level or it will settle down at the higher level. But then after that, there will not be too much of volatility. But last week was Fed meeting, and the Fed event, in fact, has gone as expected. But Fed chairman was a little bit hawkish about the interest rate. But the markets, I thought it will settle down, but it has not settled down. Last week, Wednesday was the Fed meeting, and after the Fed meeting, there were about 8 trading sessions are over, and in all the 8 trading sessions, US markets moved very violently. Sometime going up 1100 point negative, then again coming back 1100 point to close in positive. It has become a standard. Every day Dow moves more than 1000 point. Markets have been highly volatile, not only in US, also in India. And Nifty went to 17,300. The next day it came down to 16,850. Then again Friday morning it went up to 17,400. Then intraday sell of 300 points. So markets are going all over the places. But on Friday, what happened in US market? Friday morning it was showing about 400 point minus, but at the end of the day closed more than 500 point higher, once again making a 1000 point plus move. But I always don't look at the market move during the high volatile time. I only look at the volatility index. The Fed event was over last week, but even after that, the CBOE weeks or S&P 500 weeks refused to come down below 30. And no matter whether market goes up or down, the volatility index was trading higher than 30. And most of you know my stand that I do not like volatility index above 30. In fact, above 30, only on few incidences it was there. But as and when it was more than 30, it went to 85, 90, both during Lehman Brothers collapse time as well as coronavirus time. So the point here is that the markets could not digest the Fed, even after falling so much. If you look at Nasdaq, I heard that about 45% of the shares have fallen more than 50%. Around 50% of the shares trading at 52-week low. But despite falling so much, still there is no stability. But one good thing on Friday, for the first time, I could see the volatility index falling more than 9%. I would have been happy if it has fallen more than 10 rupees. I would have been happy if it has fallen more than 10%, but 9% is still okay, 9+%. And still the US VIX is hovering around 27, 28, and we can expect stability going forward only if it falls below 25. And let us hope in the coming week it falls below 25. And there are some good things also. Though US VIX did not fall below 30, but it did not significantly shoot up from there also. Just like Lehman Brothers collapse and coronavirus, once it crossed 30, within few days quickly it shot up to 85, 90. So that has not happened. So I'm hoping that for the next week is going to be a crucial week for global markets. So I'm expecting that to go down below 25. So this is about global cues. Now we will come back to our local cues. US markets are selling off. That's because the Nasdaq has huge valuation. In India also, certain pockets we have huge valuations like Nykaa, Paytm, Zomato, all the new age technology stocks. But however, old economy stocks, you look at Tata still trading at 4 PE ratio versus 2500 PE ratio of new age stocks like Nykaa. That is one difference. Second one, in US, the corporate results have not been good. But whereas in India, the corporate results have been really very, very good. And you take HDFC Bank or you take ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Kotak Bank. So all these banks came out with results so far. They were all very good. And in fact, yesterday, that is on Saturday, IndusInd Bank also came out with good results with 36% increase in the profit and non-performing asset going down and so on. PSU banks are declaring even better results. And most of the PSU banks have shot up 4%, 5%, 10% like that after the results. In fact, on Friday, I was just checking, State Bank of India 600 call option was trading more than 6 rupees. So its all-time high is about 545, 550, but even 600 call option trading around 6 rupees. So such is the bullishness in PSU bank stocks. So far, all the banks that came with results very good, and so far all the autos that came out with results also very good. And as I always say, the only big problem for us is the FII selling. And FII selling is so huge that in the last 3 days, they have sold continuously for more than 5,000 crore on each day. And this is the record selling in Indian stock market without any corresponding bad news. Probably this could have happened during coronavirus or Lehman Brothers collapse times. But last 1 week, nothing has happened in our market and nothing very bad. And despite that, our market sold off by FIAs by more than 15,000 crore in just 3 trading sessions. So on one side, we have a very good corporate results. On the other side, we have very bad selling from FIAs. So our markets can start moving higher only when FIAs stop selling. Coming week, and there are some corporate results like Tata Motors, Sun Pharma, ITC like that. So there is no reason for us to believe these results are going to be bad. So I'm expecting these results to be really good. And many corporates are declaring results which are pre-pandemic levels. So that is something good. But most importantly, we have budget on Tuesday. So what happened last financial year, and just ahead of the budget, the markets were sold off. Nifty has fallen nearly 1,200 points. And then after the budget, there was nothing very pleasant, positive in last year budget. But despite that, markets have shot up hugely after the budget. So the hope is that this time also it may happen. Just ahead of the budget, Nifty has fallen from roughly about 18,350 to 16,850. So that's about 1,500 point fall. And now markets are stabilizing all over the world. The VIX is also coming down all over the world. And then significantly on Friday our markets was down. It fell 300 points from intraday high to intraday low. Bank Nifty fell 750 points from intraday high to intraday low. But despite that, the India VIX also fell. So that is a key indication that there is nothing going to be very big negative going forward. So in all probability, our markets will move higher if the global cues continue to be supportive and if there is no negative surprises in budget. There is going to be 5 state elections, so that will be definitely in the minds of politicians while presenting the budget. But sometimes, ahead of the elections, they tend to become more popular. That sometimes has gone against the stock market. So that is not a key thing. But another key thing is that LIC is planning 1 lakh crore public issue. So this LIC public issue can sail through only if the market sentiment is good. If the market sentiment is not good, so it may not sail through. So definitely I'm expecting finance minister to do something positive for the stock market, and so that the sentiment is good. So 1 lakh crore of LIC public issue can sail through easily. So this is definitely required on back of FII selling. So FII selling is so huge. So definitely they have to do something to turn the sentiment around. So I'm expecting at least 17,500 to 17,800 by the end of this week on the higher side. I'm also expecting Nifty to take support around 16,800 to 16,850 on the lower side. And one more important thing, Adani Wilmar public issue, it has already been subscribed, and that is due to the retail people, whereas HNA category and institutional category still have not been subscribed. So Monday is the last day. So the Monday Adani group stocks will be in focus. I think Monday or Tuesday Adani Port is also declaring the result. So coming week, banking stocks definitely will be in focus, and auto stocks will also be in focus, and Adani group stocks will also be in focus. So rest of the things we will discuss tomorrow morning, and today this is only a podcast, no video, as I'm out of session. I'm not in Chennai. Hope you enjoyed listening to this audio. Thank you for listening.